Thailand of 22nd of October 2013. I am Tulip Naksompok.
And I'm Wanasan Krehong.
And today we will start with the news about our labor minister. Yesterday, reportedly during the meeting with the police general Pongsapat Pongjaran at the narcotic suppression department, the labor minister Chalerm Yubamrung collapsed in the meeting.
He just came out from the hospital too. That's the thing.
Just earlier this month due to it's called subdural hematoma to the brain. He just had surgery. He was recovered really quickly though. Earlier this month.
There was quite a bit of a rumors during the time too that he passed away. But obviously he has to come out and say, no, I'm still alive and well.
So yesterday in the afternoon, he was rushed to Ramathipadi Hospital. He spent about an hour in ICU, but the doctor said that there's nothing to be worried about, just the standard procedure, just to make sure everything in check. So right now he is at a VIP room at the Ramathipadi Hospital, but the doctor not allowed general visitors, only allowed very close relatives. And they're having a very strict security measure just to make sure not just random people can just walk in and say hi to him. So one of the government employee, one of the permanent secretary to the labor ministry said that they believe that because he was working so hard, he forgot to take the medicine. That's why he collapsed. But all in all, doctor said he just have to be in the hospital for another couple days. There should be nothing to be worried about. And when he arrived at the hospital, even though it's so dramatic when they said in the news that they sent him with the chair at the meeting room to the hospital, like the whole thing.
The entire chair.
Yes.
With him.
Yes, but another journalist would report that he actually was just talking when he arrived at the hospital. So doesn't sound so bad. And we hope he get better soon. And like the doctor said, will be only another couple of days in the hospital. Doesn't sound so bad. And he's 66 years old. I think it's,
he just needs to
rest.
Exactly. he works pretty hard, and we know that he's been pretty active in terms of trying to make sure that everything is, in place and such. And remember when there's a reshuffle, and he wasn't too pleased about it either. So it's almost like a stress just add up.
True.
I would
say. And every time he give interview to the reporter, it's almost look like his temperature went through the roof every time.
That's true.
Well, we hope he get better very, very soon.
Just need to relax a little, I think, at this point. All right, moving on to another incident, and this is, of course, we reported about it before, the former shooter that was murdered, brutally killed by the drive-by shooting. At this point, the investigation is ongoing. Apparently, there's another tip-off that came up in terms of another possibility of involvement with drug gang. Now they say that there has been a investigation and long interview with one of the closest friends of his, and this particular witness said that Kun X, the former shooter, Kun Chakrit, has mentioned before that there has been quite a bit of a problem and quarrel with one of the biggest crystal methamphetamines agency. So it's quite interesting that they have agency for that as well, but we're not quite sure at this point. The police haven't disclosed in terms of who this particular person is. However, they say that due to the fact that Kun Chakrit or Kun X knows quite a bit of the routine or the information inside the agency itself. So they are keeping close watch on him, and there has been a death threat on him before. However, at this point, the police say that they are looking at CCTV cameras. One of them actually show quite a good decent picture that clear enough that they probably would be able to get the culprit soon. However, according to the motorcycles around the area that actually were just hanging in the area at the time of the incident, they say that they were talking in front of the Lotus supermarket, and they say that they've seen these two. One, the driver actually have all the helmet on, as well as the shooter, and pretty much pull out a gun and just keep shooting as the car is driving by. But the police said that they are not dismissing the conflict within the family, the issue, or drugs obviously is already in place. But one of the biggest suspect in terms of this particular incident is probably the amulet mafia, that there seems to be quite a bit of a big conflict according to the shooters, Kun X, the victim's father, say that there's quite a bit of a problem in terms of the amulets that has been sold for 1.7 million, and the mafia wants the money back because there seems to be a little bit of dent or marks and such on the amulets itself, so they want the money back, but obviously he did not give it, so that might be part of the motive as well. Or the fourth one, they think that there might be a conflict within the shooting field, the competition itself. But all in all, I think that a lot of people are focusing on the amulets at this point, but the police came out and say that they have not dismissed the other possibility yet.
Okay.
But as you can see there, despite all the incident that happened in the past, it's still a loss is a loss.
Yes, there's a lot of
family
people
members
that still admire and love him. We
Yeah.
have several sports reporter that working for MCOT that they were mourning him on Facebook and social media, just describe how great a friend he was. So there's a lot of people that loved
Exactly.
him despite all the bad news we heard.
Right, because people have two sides anyway. It's not like,
True.
you cannot be like truly bad or truly good, but obviously he will be missed.
Yes,
Right.
definitely. Okay, yesterday we report about the fire the big fire that broke out in Klong Toey community, Rom Klao, Zone 7 to be specific, and initially reported affected about 40 households. Yesterday, finally, this is very quick. The police able to arrest two suspects, a husband and wife, the 48-year-old Sompon Kam-in and 37-year-old Chantana Pachara Sopit. Both of them confessed that they were actually drunk and they had verbal fight. So just the wife, just to retaliate to the husband, she got upset. She set fire to her husband's clothes, and the
that's
flames-
what caused it.
Yes, the flames spread too quickly. She couldn't be able to put it out, so she have to just flee the scene.
Oh, they have created such troubles to a lot of people.
And that's what they confessed, but witness said that they actually saw Chatana, the wife, actually pouring fuel over the house before setting fire after the argument she had with her husband. And at the end of the day yesterday, they said about 50 wooden houses that was burned down. About 200 people right now have to live at a shelter accommodated by the Klong Toey Youth Center, so nearby area. But yeah, it's just from a domestic dispute.
Right, and they could have just screamed at each other.
Why
Seriously.
setting
Fire.
anything on fire will help fix any
Especially
problem.
that area is really condensed,
Yes.
and it's wooden houses. That means that if your house is on fire, the others too. So
Yes.
I guess they're gonna be serving sentences for quite a while.
And they already confessed to their crime.
Well, it's
So-
hard to actually get away with it when everyone knows everyone around the area.
True,
probably.
and then witness see so many things that happen before the fire start.
All right. So from fire, moving on to the new policy that in place already yesterday, started the first day about the towing
Oh yes.
illegally parked cars in 10 streets altogether. Apparently, there has been quite a mixed information because obviously Bangkok Post and The Nation seems to say that 19 cars altogether. However, in Khao Sot newspaper, they say as high as 29 cars.
Oh.
So I guess it depends on how late in the day that they actually get the numbers in. However, all in all, they still say that out of the 29 cars that they towed, there has been quite a bit of not a competition, but in some spot actually there's more car towed. On Ratchadapisek Road alone, there are 6 cars altogether, the highest number, and the other road are on the Ramapho roads. About 4 cars has been towed. So all in all, they say that it just dispersed around the area, but the highest is on the Ratchadapisek Road, and they say that yesterday the traffic police, 400 of them were dispersed, has been deployed in different areas, especially on the 10 street that actually in place. And as you can see there, tow trucks, 94 tow trucks
Yes.
were ready. So actually used 29 of them. That's not bad.
Yes, that's not bad.
Out of 94, you still didn't hit the target of 94.
So if it shows a lot of people that park in front of the court got towed more than any other area, maybe they should start thinking about providing parking for the people that have to.
Go to court
Yeah, or I
or
don't.
go to any
It's-
area.
Yes, it's mean that they have to have some kind of valid parking space for these people.
And that's the thing. They say that in Bangkok alone, we have about 8 million cars in Bangkok that registered in Bangkok. But don't forget, we have some cars that not registered here that are driving here as well. And they said that we only have 5,000 kilometers of road for anything. So it's like 9% of the entire city versus the 8 million that we have to recover. However, they say that problems probably stem, from, for example, bad planning in terms of city planning, as well as high-rise buildings or even shopping malls, a bad traffic lights that sometimes not really coordinated, and I agree with that.
Bad traffic management.
Exactly, and they say that this is one of the biggest problem, and hopefully by reducing the parked cars along the road that might have blocked the other traffics, this might help a little.
I hope they keep in check all those taxis and public transportation that park 2-3 lanes around some of these BTS stations, under BTS stations. The big BTS stations will always have 2-3 lanes blocked by those
Right,
cars.
so be very careful these days, and they say that on November the 1st, they will expand it to 50 streets. So meaning that don't park if you see is non-parking zone. Sometimes we
Don't
do it
risk
here. Yeah, sometimes we do it here in Bangkok, we do.
I
but-
wonder if there are people sitting in a car but not the driver, would they tow it away?
Technically, you're idling, but you probably should be able to drive it too. So at least you
True.
can drive it away, not the kids. All right.
Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we have some news about very, I would say, amazingly made wooden car.
All right, and I have the updates on airplanes. Obviously, the 2 bodies is coming back to Thailand already, but the other 3 is still unidentified. So please stay tuned.